I'm out here to measure from the frame to the cement and see what the clearance is on that, because I'm going to need that because I want to make some tire cribs. And the only way to do that is lay on the ground. Okay. Now, I measured from here to there, and it was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches. Let me get the tape out. Sorry about the video being jerky. Okay, that's about 13 inches from here to here, and from the frame to the ground. I hate doing this stuff one-handed. Alright, let's try this. From the frame to the ground is about 9 3/4 inches. Yeah, 9 3/4, a little over. Now that's to this frame. And to this cross brace right here that goes to the transmission. Okay, from the ground to the cross brace is about 7 3/4 right there. So from here to here is 7 3/4. I'm pretty sure it's about the same there. So, and I've got to get up here and work on that. That rear seal is leaking really bad, and I've got to replace that. And of course, in order to do that, I've got to be able to get underneath this truck to work on it. That's why I want to make tire cribs. And while I'm under here, I want to check these U-joints and see if I can flip them around any. Alright, I'm going to have to crawl in on the other side. But anyway, that right there is why I got to make the tire cribs, because that seal is leaking. Now, the way that's going back up in there, I don't know. Yeah, that's where it's leaking. I got to replace that seal back there. Of course, that's going to be fun. All right, let me get in on the other side and have a look at it. Okay, I found out something that's nice. This drive shaft is one solid piece, all the way down to the end. It's just one continuous drive shaft. Okay, that's good. I can live with that. All right, a one-piece drive shaft. Okay, here's how wide the in between the two boards for the cradle needs to be. That's exactly 15 inches from here to here. That's 15 inches exactly. And I already measured the face of the tire. It's 8.5. So, all right. Well, that just about covers everything. I found out some good news. I got one solid drive shaft that's not in two pieces. So, I don't have that center bearing to go out. All right. Well, and I turned the drive shaft. A little bit of slack in it, but it's not clunking like the U-joints are going out, so that's good news. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to take the truck back around front, and that's it. Well, I'm actually out here in the process of making my tire cribs. I got the wood cut for one of them. I only got 3 more to go. Since I've been out here, the temperature, if you can believe it or not, has dropped 10 degrees just before sunset. I've been out here, since about 4 o'clock this morning. I guess I can turn that light out. That's my new DeWalt 12-inch miter saw, or whatever you want to call it, cut-off saw. And look at this lumber. Look at that. That's the best that I could find. I didn't want to go to Home Depot or Lowe's because they always got rotten lumber, so we thought, well, we'd take a chance on a non-big box store lumber company. Look at this. Look. Look at that stuff. Full of knots. Look at this. Right there. Look at the end of that. How shabby that is. And this is the best that we could pick out. I needed 18 boards. So actually I needed 15, but we got 18 because, stuff like this. Look at that. Knots all the way through it. And this, what bothers me about this is, each one of these were 20 cents per board higher than what either Lowe's or Home Depot is. Usually Lowe's is higher than Home Depot. These people were 20 cents higher than both of those. Needless to say, I won't be shopping there again. And the people that we talked to, it was the guys in the lumber yard were good, but the 2 ladies is in at the desk that took the order, they acted like they were doing you a damn favor to take the order. So anyway, I'm out here. I'm making tire cribs for that, because I got to lift that up and replace the transmission output shaft seal on it. While I'm at it, you got the drive shaft out. I'm going to replace the U-joints in it too, because that truck's a 2006, so it's about 15 or 16 years old. So I figured, being as I got it out, I'm going to replace those too. So as you can see, I got more lumber to cut, and I'm going to cut it all, and then I'll put it together and see how it goes. I got to remember on one of the tire cribs not to make it all the way as high as I intended, which is 15 inches. I got to make it high enough to where I can put a jack stand on it so I can raise up the rear end of the truck, because the wheels will have to be able to spin freely so I can rotate that drive shaft. Okay, well, that's update for now. I got to get to work, and I don't have time to do a lot of gabbing. I'm going to turn that light out now that the sun's up. Yeah, I can't get over that. I came out here and it was 66 degrees. And right now it's about 55 or 56 degrees. Okay, that's it for now. I'm taking a break right now. Yeah, and you can see by the mess I've got a little bit accomplished. There's parts for one crib. And there's another one there. That's 2. There's a 3rd one. And I'm starting to work on the last one. Of course, I don't know if I'm going to have enough lumber. Look at all that. That's all the bad pieces I had to cut out of the 2x4s in order to find enough to make these. That's how sorry that lumber is. Well, anyway, I'm getting there. After I get all that, the last pile done, I'll start putting it together. I got a good break-in on this new saw. This thing works really good. So, well, I guess better shut up. I got more lumber to cut. I hope I got enough. This one here, that's bowed, crooked as a dog's hind leg. And these, they don't look too bad, but I don't think I'll have enough to make another complete tire crib, but we'll see. All right, well, back to work. Yeah, it's about 9:57 in the morning. Feels like it's in the afternoon. I've been at this since about 4 a.m. this morning. Okay, I finally got everything cut. There's one pile, there's the other two, and then I finished the last one right here. I thought I was going to run out of lumber because, there's really not a whole bunch to pick from. This is all scrap of the bad stuff. Yep. That one might have been all right, I guess, but it's got a big gash out of the side, and I didn't want that. I didn't want this one because it's got holes in the side. So anyway, I got scrap lumber to make blocks with or whatever. So I'm done with cutting. All I got to do is start doing the putting together. And this is my dirty, brand new DeWalt 12-inch blade saw. It did real good. It really did. So I just have to learn how to line up the blade when you cut on a line, where, because this thing cuts exact. So if you're off about a 32nd to one side of the line, by golly, that's where it cuts. So anyway, all right, well, I'm going to blow things off, clean stuff up, and the wind's picked up, of course, and it's going to start getting hotter than all get out. I'm going to roll my cords up. So I'll go ahead and put this thing together later. I'm going to go in and have a cup of coffee and relax a little bit. Like I said, I've been hitting this since 4 a.m. this morning. All right, well, that's the latest update on my tire cribs. I got everything cleaned up, got tools and extension cords put away, and I got the lumber stacked up, ready to go. So it's getting hot out here, so I'm going to take a break until it cools down a little bit, and then I'll start putting it together. So I wound up having enough pieces to do all 4 of them just by the skin of my teeth. And all this lumber right here, that's all scrap. That's bad parts and pine knots and cracked lumber. And like I said, that lumber I got from that place wasn't very good. Okay, well, I'm going in and relax and cool off, and I'll come back and start putting this thing together later. Well, right now it's 3:48 a.m. and it's the next morning from the last video, and I'm gonna come out here and put those tire cribs together. First I gotta get my lights hooked up, and then I'll get started on this. Okay, well, let me shut this off and get everything set up so I can get these things together. Just for the heck of it, I stacked this wood up to make it look like a tire crib that's done. I don't have any screws in it yet. I want to see how high up that came. And that's 13.5 inches to this board right here. I don't count this because those are chalks. That's to keep the tire from rolling off the top of it. So that'll raise that 13.5 inches. So, hang on, let me look at something here. Okay, as I was saying, so, with the height of the tire Well, from the tire to the frame is another 7 inches, so should lift that truck up at least 20 inches off the ground, which would be right about this high right here. And I should be able to get underneath that real easy. Okay, well, I'm going to start putting screws in it, put it together. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put another board here or not. I kind of like to, but hey, if I change my mind, I always take the screws out of these and put another board in there and then put those back on. All right, well, I'm going to start putting the screws to it. Time right now is 4:09 a.m. The reason I'm out here at this time of morning is because during the day it gets really hot. It got up to 95 yesterday, and it's pretty unbearable out here if you're 71 years old. So that's why I'm out here, and it's still cool. If I can get these things put together and get them done, maybe I can put that truck up on them and see how it looks. All right, well, better get to work. 5:13 p.m. One tire crib done and 3 to go. Man, what a slow process. It's 7:30. The sun's up. I got 3 cradles done, and I made this one with a carrying handle on it. I don't know how I did that, but I'm going to take my little Rockwell saw and trim that off, and that'll be good to go. And this one over here, let me see if I can see it. This in here got a little bit of gap in it. What happens when you put these screws in, if you don't push down real hard while you're driving the screw, it gets down to the second layer and it pushes that board up. So I'm going to take these off and tighten that screw up. The rest of them look pretty good. So I'm going to cut the handle off of this one, finish the last one, and I'm going to come back and take these 2 layers off and tighten that one up. Good thing to use screws instead of nails, right? Well, maybe if you're using nails, it wouldn't have happened. Anyway, I'm going to mark this, cut that off, and that'll be done, and I got the wood for the last one, so I'd shoot some video of me doing something, but I can't hold the camera and operate the saw at the same time, so I'll show it to you when I get done. Okay, I got the carrying handle cut off of it. It's over about a 1/16 of an inch, but that's close enough for government work. All right, well, now we got 3 done. I got to remember to come back and do that one. All right. Well, let's get started on the last one. Time right now is 7:36. Well, time right now is 8:27 a.m. and all 4 of my tire cribs are done. So, didn't turn out too bad. There's a little gap between some of them, but not that much that it matter. So, I'm pretty sure it'll push down. There's a little gap right here, but I'm not going to worry about it. It'll work. I'm done. I'm going in the house, get me a cup of coffee, and pamper my sore back. Okay, I'm done. Well, I did go in the house, have a cup of coffee, even change my clothes, and I was sitting in my easy chair thinking about the gap in this tire crib. Well, the more I thought about it, the more it started driving me crazy, so I said, all right, I'm just going to drive myself nuts thinking about it, so I went and put my work clothes back on. I went back out there to the work stall and I took that tire crib apart and I took a heavy duty C-clamp, one of those metal ones you use, and I clamped that gap down and put the screws back in it, and I found two other gaps. I straightened those out. So I got everything fixed and got all the screws back in it. So I did fix everything, and now I can sleep at night.